Hi, everybody. One of the joys of discovery is starting in one place and ending up in a spectacular place that you've never imagined. You've seen the thumbnail for this video. I never intended to create that image. Here's how I got there. Let's start with a basic prompt. Silence. That takes us to a dark place. Let's go somewhere less disturbing by adding the word peaceful to the prompt. Peaceful silence. That's much nicer. No need to hide under the blankets. Let's work with this image in the lower right. Lovely image. Let's add a tiger. Let's try to get the tiger in boat. I'm making a variation and adding tiger in boat. I'm also changing the aspect ratio to 3:2 because I prefer landscapes for this type of scene. Those are remarkable images. The tiger looks very peaceful, very content there in his boat. I really like the background elements. Not sure which is my favorite. Notice how I added this dragonfly type insect. Let's take a look at that prompt again. Peaceful, silence, tiger and boat. I got lucky with this prompt. If I had imagined that scene in my head, I would have never used the term peaceful silence. I would have said something like tiger and boat on a small lake at twilight. I might have thrown in other words like ethereal and or mist. Let's try all of that and see what we get. Okay, that's not bad. It's quite nice, particularly if I've not seen the previous peaceful silence images. Let's see if what we can do with this scene. Obviously, the life of Pi is on my mind, but instead of a boy, as in that story, let's add a girl so that the prompt is a girl with a tiger in a boat. Oh dear, that got weird. Only one of these got us in the right art direction, in the lower right. Here the tiger is off in the water, the tiger is almost transparent. This is a horrible image. This is nice. I like the color palette and the reflections. I like how the colors of the sky complements her clothing. When you come across this type of situation where your first set of grid images are not what you're expecting, then the best advice is to re-roll the grid 1, 2, or even 3 more times. Midjourney tries different art directions with every new grid. The re-roll is an important technique. Let's try re-rolling and see what we get. That did not work very well. Looks like some weird animals in that boat. This is going all over the place. Maybe there's something here, though this one in the upper right looks like she has the tiger's head on a stick. These are better, have potential. Though the girl's face is not very sharp, but that could be acceptable depending upon the style you want. The tiger's body is just disjointed here. What can you do to fix all this? Let's try adding rates to the parts of the prompt. A girl, with a tiger, in a boat on a small lake at twilight, ethereal mist. The gives an equal weight to the part of the prompt that precedes it. In this case, a girl and with a tiger are given equal weight. Let's see what we get. Is that what you expected? I mean, if you hadn't seen the thumbnail? Probably not, but it's good to know how to get this close-up pairing. And darn, those are really incredible images. That's the amazing thing about generative art. You got to let go of control and see where Midjourney takes you. Let's admire these images for a moment. My daughter, when she sees unexpected images like these, she's always remarking that it gives her ideas for stories that she wants to write. When I sat down tonight, I intended to make a detailed video about text prompts and rates, but I'll do that in my next video. This tiger in the boat needed its own video, its own case study. I'm enchanted with this girl and this tiger, with these girls and these tigers. You have to know when to stop. This is the time to stop. I love these images. I'll be back soon with a deep dive into using the colon with text prompts. Meanwhile, enjoy creating images.